How dangerous was Alan Shepard's first spaceflight? How dangerous was Alan Shepard's first spaceflight? This question takes us back to May 5, 1961, a time when the world was gripped by the Cold War and the fierce space race. Alan Shepard's mission, known as Mercury-Redstone 3 or Freedom 7, marked a significant moment in American history. It was the first human spaceflight for the United States, happening just 23 days after Yuri Gagarin's historic journey for the Soviet Union. The pressure to succeed was immense. The flight itself lasted about 15 minutes and was a suborbital mission. It launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, using a Redstone rocket, which was adapted from a military ballistic missile. While the rocket and spacecraft had been modified for safety, the technology was still new and largely untested with a human on board. Shepard faced forces up to 6 times the force of gravity during launch and nearly 12 times during re-entry. This level of physical stress was extreme and could have serious consequences. The mission had several objectives. It aimed to prove that a human could survive and operate in space, manually control the spacecraft, communicate effectively, and return safely to Earth. At that time, there was limited knowledge about how the human body would react to space conditions. This uncertainty added to the risks involved. There were real threats of rocket failure, loss of communication, or issues during re-entry that could have resulted in fatal outcomes. In the context of the 1960s, Shepard's flight was a bold step into the unknown. It represented the spirit of adventure and technological optimism of the era. The success of Freedom 7 not only showcased American capabilities in space but also inspired President John F. Kennedy's commitment to land a man on the moon before the decade ended. The dangers of the mission contributed to its excitement and historical significance, as every moment held the potential for both triumph and tragedy. Shepard's flight laid the groundwork for future missions that would orbit the Earth and eventually reach the moon. It demonstrated that humans could endure the physical demands of space travel, and that spacecraft systems could be designed to protect astronauts. This mission helped establish safety protocols and engineering standards that became critical as missions grew longer and more complex. In summary, Alan Shepard's first spaceflight was indeed dangerous by the standards of the time. The unproven technology, extreme physical forces, and unknown human responses to space conditions made it a risky venture. Yet, it succeeded brilliantly, marking a triumphant moment in the 1960s space race and serving as a powerful symbol of American determination and ingenuity.